Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back, baby. Traveling through time, you heard me? Put on my engineering glasses. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing fine? All righty then. Well, let's try a few things. Let's be creative here because, my friend, the problem is I'm not using a charger, man. So I'm not using a charger. I'm not using the charger. So what that means is I gotta improvise. How y'all doing, man? Fun Filled Show. Give you guys a few minutes to come in. Welcome back to another episode. I am going to make my drink. God know my. Y'all know we could curse after 2 minutes, right? Not that I would have to be unprofessional enough to curse, but I'm just saying. How y'all doing, man? Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Want to thank you guys for being here with me. Buenos dias and buenos tacos. Buenos Thursdays. That's right, baby. Today is Buenos Thursdays. You know that this is almost the equivalent of doing a concert. Forgot what I ate, but it had a lot of acid and it hurt my system. Okay, so plenty ice cup of water, 6 raw sugars, use the blender. First of all, let me share this with you guys. I had no idea that when you use a trackpad, if you use 2 fingers up, it forces certain moves that a program could lock out. I just learned that. And I want to share that with the world after 20 years, right? This is the built-in blender. Learned something new about Starbucks today, didn't you? Let me show you how it works. This is going to stretch the sugar cane or the sugar, the raw sugar, and give you a guarapo, like if you're in the tropical islands of the Caribbean. The real iced tea. Mm, super cold, super cold. So we are going to start with las noticias dominicanas. Let's check our time. So I do have flights to catch. I'm traveling through time. Mm. So we have that one gives me an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not bad. All right, fair, right? Let us go to Google News. Actually, I'll tell you what. Um, Let me call my boy Goose. Goose one. Okay. All right. I would like some cool topics. Um, Topics about business that I can share with my audience. Please help. This is my co-host Goose One. He changed his name on the top. Now we are going to use technology. You know what? We're not going to do the Dominican news. Okay, so here are today's new topics picked by yours truly, Mr. Goose One. Goose One to Maverick Two. Maverick Two reporting for duty. Number one, the future of remote work. Explore how remote work is reshaping industries and what it means for the future of business. Hmm. So, how is it reshaping industries? Well, you guys get to see it. I get to do a whole bunch of stuff while I'm traveling the world. That's better than Ian Fleming writing James Bond novels on the beach. What does it mean for the future of business? I think people are more honest and transparent. It's more clear, their interactions. Um, it's a more honest approach. People are really going to be able to go into a flow state or their creative zone and share that with the world. And in the process, that's basically how people are going to communicate. I'm a time traveler from the year 9998, so if anybody would know, it's me. Number two, sustainable business practices. Discuss the importance of sustainability and how businesses can implement eco-friendly practices. Hmm. Sustainability. I probably will focus on customer service and the customer experience, but in the process, would I like to have eco-friendly practices? Yes, yes, I would. Let me share with you something that I learned about the McDonald's brothers when I was watching the movie The Founder with Michael Keaton playing Ray Kroc. Everything in McDonald's is very similar to what you see in In-N-Out Burger franchise. All of the utensils are made out of paper, so it was always easily disposable. It's sustainable because all the paper is recyclable and can be recycled for, you know, a future time. What did that do for me as an entrepreneur? Well, it gave me ideas on future franchises such as 44 Kosher and Co., which is my chicken. Um, I'm going to move to a business model where everything that we use is going to be of a paper substance. I haven't done all the research, and when I do, I will share it with you guys. But that's what I have as an idea in mind. Okay, number three, the rise of AI in business. Delve into how artificial intelligence is transforming various sectors of what the future holds. AI is just another component of technology. AI is here to help. We have to be careful how we let it loose on the public. But for example, I'm using Copilot, which is powered by ChatGPT 4, and I actually prefer using Copilot over going direct to ChatGPT because they're asking for a membership, and here we go with the nonsense. They're about to kill the whole program because people are going to get turned away from it. How are you going to charge me when you're using my data sets to build your language model? You get what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I have a list of topics that assist in my intuition because I have so much experience in business. I can think about situations, moments where I had to make a business decision, or maybe I had to create more clarity for the company, or many things spawned from those moments. This is the first time, as you can see, I've ever done this. So now I'm like, wait a minute, might be onto something here. Number four, entrepreneurial mindset. Now, because we always do business modules in our classes, this is an addition, but it wouldn't be the main format. So, as a matter of fact, on your browser, open the tab and let's go to mindtools.com. Please log on to mindtools.com. And once again, thank you guys for sponsoring this war. Um, Give me one quick second. So, go to Explore. Let's go to business skills or leadership and management. We'll go to business skills. And um, let's go with innovation since we were talking about AI. And let's see what's available. Remember, this is all under construction, janky at best, but got to work with it because our university is for everybody. Now, wait till I get to do this in other languages. That's when it's going to get very nice. Okay, let's try this. Digital Helix, is it there? See if it loads. Please don't tell me it's a video. Okay. Oh, I got it blocked off. See, this is the problem right here. It's like we have a curriculum where we only needed like 120 lessons, and now we got less. Wait a minute. Let's see, Mr. Eric Rise, locked off. Okay. So now let's go to articles. I mean, give me something. We have to. We have stealth innovation, and I see some images. Excellent. So let's open up another tab and let's go find the same one right next to it. Give me one quick second. You guys will be graded on this. There are no exams for this weekend, but I'm still gonna grade your extra credit. All right, we're gonna go innovation. We're gonna stick to articles because those seem to be functioning online. So we are going to look for it. It says 39. Let's see how many they give us out of the 39. Wait, before I select, the second one is going to be what is StageGate Innovation, Blue Ocean Strategy. Let's see. I'm going to dare them. I'm going to see. If they fix this part of the website, I'm going to give them a kudos. Oh, yes. Got you. All right. So they've been building because remember, the last few classes, thank God we got through finals. We got through the exams. We're about to start a new semester. So summer semester will be ending in what? You guys got like another week or two, and then we are going to the future. Bang! I need to create a shortcut link to this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, let's go. Explore. Go to business skills. Go to innovation, and we're gonna go to Blue Origin. So we should be able to do at least five. I'm gonna try to squeeze a two for anybody doing extra credit. But essentials, blue ocean strategy. Let's see if it's on. If not, we'll go to four-step innovation. Please load. Ah, they blocked it. Okay, it's asking me to join. You better stop it. Yo, these people are charging 25 extra dollars a month. I don't think so. All right, so let's go with stealth innovation. You know what I didn't think about? Oh, so let's just leave those two on cue, right? And let's continue where we left off. You see, fast pace, got to get it going. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in. I gave you guys what, 14 minutes? We're going to start. Still need to pick some tech articles. So, according to our co host, Mr. Goose One, number four, entrepreneurial mindset. Share tips on developing a mindset that fosters innovation and resilience. Hmm. What would be a tip on developing a mindset? Well, you guys each have to make a decision. We only live one life, right? One moment could change your life, or it can stay the same. Choice is up to you. You have to decide if being an entrepreneur is your pursuit of happiness. You have to fall in love with being an entrepreneur. And whatever success you achieve is a byproduct, but it's not the end all be all. Shouldn't be your driving force. You should do what you do because you love to do it. And as an entrepreneur, is one of the many ways that we can fight back society and say, no, we're going to make this different. We're going to make this better. Starbucks could have just made coffee, and they could have done well just making another coffee stand. I don't think they would have had the success or the growth, the stability, the market scale, and the market cap that they would have had they not thought outside the box and said, you know what, we're going to go to the most exotic places. We're going to buy all of the greatest coffees, and we're going to introduce like a customer service experience unparalleled to anything else in the market. So the greatest tips that I could give you guys is to first decide if being an entrepreneur is what you really want to do because like Gary Vee said last week, it's a lot of losses and few wins. But the goal and the strategy and the target, the aim is for one of those wins to be the home run. And being an entrepreneur, we don't fit into the mold. We don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks. We don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by closing deals. We got to make deals happen. How do you do that? LinkedIn, sending emails, making phone calls. It's the only way to do it. If you see a company that could be beneficial to your product or service, your brand, your trade, your industry, and you are an up and coming business, you need to make that phone call. You need to send that email. You need to go and invite that collective of people to Starbucks and talk about life and then allow business to flow naturally. There's going to be times where you may need some personal motivation to assist you being an entrepreneur. You're going to have to seek out the avatars to get you where you want to go in life. You got to seek out mentors. You got to find a structure, a community, a forum, a chat, anything so that you can be closest to the teachings of these great writers that tell you exactly how to do it. You need a mentor, and you're going to need a set of mentors in every aspect and element of whatever your entrepreneurial pursuit is. You're going to need some coaching, you're going to need some advice. You're going to have days where you might not want to get up at 2 or 3 in the morning, but ask yourself, what percentage of the population gets up at 3, 4 in the morning? First question. Second question, what is their net worth? What is their net worth? If the people that have the success that you want are ritualistically doing these things day in, day out, economy's good, economy's bad, weekend, weekday, holiday, doesn't matter. What should you be doing? My best tip is find the right mentors and model after them. Let me give you some of my favorite mentors: Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Thomas J. Stanley, uh, Give me one quick second. He's written like the most books. He's my guy, yo. Oh man, I have the name at the tip of my Brian Tracy, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, um, Patrick Bet David. I was talking about Pat earlier today. Go to thevault.com, go to valuetainment.com, find out about the vault, see if you can make it, especially if you're close by. I'm unable to be there, but I'm still a valutating for life and I'm gonna support. But find inspiration and you can start as small can be. It could be somebody in your friends or your family or your neighbors or your peers. Find somebody in your community, in your society that you want to model after. Learn what their habits are, what their traits are, what makes them different, what made them stand out. How did they even gain your attention? And model that. If you ever need motivation, you can go on Spotify and type in the Venomar motivation, and I give you motivation all day, every day. Or now with the new podcast, Voltron R1, that you can find on all your streaming platforms. Let's move on. Number five, according to Goose One, digital marketing trends. Highlight the latest trends in digital marketing and how businesses can leverage them for growth. Organic content creation. Step out of your comfort zone because that's where your success may be. It may be a hidden secret, hidden gemstone right in front of your eyes. When you look at an Apple event, and it's like a 2, 3, 4 hour event, people pay to go there, people fly from all over the world, and they get to network and share these insights. But when you really think about it, think about cartoons in the golden era of the 70s and 80s. Really, the 80s and 90s. Between the 70s and the 90s, best animation era. If you boil it down to the meat and potatoes of it, great storyline, character development, dialogue, action scenes, everything is there. Love, drama, suspense, thriller. It's for kids. But if you use your entrepreneurial lenses, you're going to quickly realize that all they are is a 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour block commercial of toys and merchandise. Do you think that the Transformers franchise, as successful as it was, do you think it was the primary source of cash flow and income? No, it was the toy sales, the video games, the merchandise, this, that, and the third, because this goes into a broad range of audience, right? Whereas television is kind of this big by comparison. Now, when you go into motion pictures, film, video games, now you're going into people's homes. That's completely different. Also, what the networks make or what the producers make of commercials and endorsements and things like that, Super Bowl ads, whatever, you cannot compare to selling 100 million Optimus Primes that cost $100. I believe that gave birth to what we call today organic marketing. I'm an artist, but I write books, but I'm into real estate, but I'm into franchises, but I own a technology company, but I have NFTs. I'm a doctor. There's so many things that I'm bringing together in the pot. Now, each segment has its own community forum and, you know, foundation of sustainability. So now that everything is so broad, everything is so micro, everything is so macro, we got to bring it down to the micro. So now the audience that tunes in for motivation has his own following and millions of people there. The people that tune in for technology, they have a following and they have an audience. If you really think about it, all the audiences in every segment, as big as they are, they're really all the same. This is just a group of people collectively saying, you know what, we want to focus on medicine, or we want to focus on technology, or we want to focus on literature, science, education. It could be anything. So this is how the digital marketing trend is becoming what it is because as an artist, I have to step out of my comfort zone. If I go work out, I'm going to create content at the gym. If I'm gonna ride my bike, I'm gonna create content riding my bike. If I'm gonna go surfing, I'm gonna go swim. I'm gonna create content surfing and swimming. If I'm doing rehearsals before I do a concert or a festival or a performance or a wedding, a sweet 16, doesn't matter. I'm gonna create content because it is essentially not only direct to consumer marketing, it is organic because it's really what's happening. It's what people don't get to see. But it is the language that the new consumer base speaks. They speak Facebook, they speak Twitter, they speak Instagram, they speak Reddit, they speak Twitch and Discord and Patreon and StreamYard. In order to connect with the new consumers, you have to create organic content. That is the digital marketing trend. If I love coffee, my family comes from the background of growing coffee. Who better to endorse or invest in a business like a Starbucks than me? This is my love and my passion. This is not what I do, this is who I am. I have a lot of respect for the people that grow the seeds and cultivate the tobacco and do this and do that. And with my family, it wasn't just tobacco, it wasn't just coffee, it wasn't just pineapples or rice. My grandparents planted everything. We didn't just have horses and cows on the farm, we had everything. You want white milk cheese or you want goat cheese? We have it. So I learned how to diversify my portfolio, learning from my grandfather. Not only the lessons that he taught me that have stayed with me my entire life, but everything that I observed. Because also as an educator, I learned that some people learn audio, some people learn visual, some people learn audio visual, some people learn interactive, some people learn by actually doing it, some people learn by writing it down. There is no right and wrong here. But what we do see is that it comes across more organic. So I have millions of fans that only listen to the radio show, and millions of fans that listen to the music, and millions of fans. When you collectively put all these communities together, this is your market cap. This is your market share. This is where your product or service, this is the value it's bringing to the market. These are the people that are supporting what you're doing. And unlike in the past, you don't need a million people to purchase your product or service for you to generate $1 million. Moving on. Personal branding. Talk about the importance of personal branding and how individuals can build and maintain their brand. Your brand is you. What you need to deliver to the market is an extension of every core fundamental value that is important to you. My religious belief, my cultural belief, is that when I'm in public, I'm representing my family. Why is that important? Because the richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, lets you know how important reputation is, how you could build it over 30, 40 years and lose it in one moment. How everything that you do should reflect the fearlessness of whatever you did that day being put on the front page of the newspaper and it being good news. It's very important to be genuinely who you are. Also, I think it separates the real people in business versus the want to be wannabe entrepreneurs, the wannabe, you know, business people that are just faking the funk. I'll give you a few examples. Number one, gentleman in a very populated metropolis opens this salon, puts the name of this fancy designer from overseas. As time progresses, the business falls into hard times and they try to sell the company. And during one of the final meetings, basically, he said the truth. He said, listen, this franchise was something that I created from somebody that serviced, my family. And I kind of ran with the formula and the sauce. That person really didn't want to be in that business. It was rightfully so that he ran out of business because he didn't know what he was doing. And a new entrepreneur came in, took the business, and took it to a multi-million dollar status. There are people that will open a franchise like a Starbucks and say, you know what, I love coffee, I love everything, customer service, the experience, I love everything about it. But deep down inside, that's not really where their heart is. And it shows in the way that they run their business. Those type of people have to understand that today people have a choice and they don't have to do business with you. And if people see that you're not genuine the way that you're coming across, they're not really going to want to do business with you. Would you want your son or your daughter to marry somebody that's not genuinely in love with your son or your daughter? Absolutely not. So why would I do business with somebody like that? I'll give you a final example. I had a business partner, short partnership, very short. There were situations where the price of things continued to come up. The price of this, the price of that, the price of this, the price of that. Meanwhile, deep down inside, I'm like, what do you mean the price? Where's the value? You don't see the value in things? Oh, yeah, but blah, 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 blah. I've opened 600 of these businesses, made millions of dollars in the process. You're going to tell me to my face that you're a fraud, that you're pretending to have this beautiful business with all these beautiful attributes, and all you're thinking about is the cost of things, the price of things. You're telling me you're not a value based investor like Warren Buffett, which is what I am. We don't need to be doing business because I'm the real deal. I don't mind coming into a business partnership and spending top dollar of my pocket outside of the investment. You know why? Because I want that investment to succeed and I want it to win. And I see the value in everything that I bring to the table. And what more can I bring to the table? I cannot be around somebody with a small mentality that says, do you know that this sugar cost me 3 cents instead of two? If this costed $1, I would buy it for my clients. And I'm trying to do 4,000 services a day. So do the math. How are you going to tell me that you are counting every penny in the wrong spectrum? I personally have had clients that have paid me so much money that I could take care of 1,000 of my clients and not miss a beat. I know that I took those businesses from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, and that's how I did it. So how are you going to tell me to my face that that's not how it works when I can show you 600 proofs of concept that are completely successful? The difference is out of those 600, 599 were the real deal entrepreneurs. They're all successful. The one person that was not clearly rose to the top, and everybody knew this person, this is not their love and their passion. Why is that important? Because there are times that things are not perfect and things don't go as you planned them, and things get into a twist. And guess what? Those kind of entrepreneurs don't make it. They are not the real deal. I chose to set a higher standard for myself where I don't allow those things. Those kind of businesses and ventures are welcome to be used by those type of entrepreneurs. And I can see the track record in their financial statements why their business instead of going like this, they go like that. And I'm not surprised and I don't feel bad for them because people like that shouldn't be in business. That's like people that are in the customer service industry. They have a foul attitude, wrong business. Probably should be doing construction, not customer service. It's like a chef cooking without motivation and passion. And the carrot souffle tastes like garbage. If I'm going to open a franchise and I'm going to offer carrot souffle on the menu, it's going to be the best carrot souffle on earth because I have to stand behind that product, that process. I have to invest my money. I have to put it all on red. I have to be there every day, grind the diamond to the grinding stone. It's not gonna be with some bullshit. Nobody's gonna walk out of my restaurant and say, "Yo, that carrot souffle was trash bags." Not gonna happen. Personal branding important. Reputation is important because you may be in the industry in the field today, but tomorrow you don't know. And if people see your track record and they're like, "Oh, you did this, it was not good. You did that," you're not really gonna get opportunities for the future. And again, you want people to do business with you, repeat business. You don't want to just have a business partner for one venture. You don't want just a customer. You want clients. You want people to keep coming back. Surprise, people are not here for the coffee. We have taken this way beyond the coffee. That's the secret. The gig economy. Examine the growth of the gig economy and its impact on traditional employment. You see, COVID 19 was like a black swan moment, right? Like when the economy crashed in the early 2000s. A lot of the fake people in business got washed out, rightfully so, because they were not really successful in business. They were playing the credit card game. Let me get a credit card based on my cash flow. Let me pay the minimum and let me keep this fluff company going. Well, when times get hard, if you're not really producing what you should be, you're out of here. If your if your output exceeds your intake, your income, your upkeep is your downfall. Bring it back. We're gonna do it 3 times like on some ninja shit. If your output far exceeds your intake, your income, your upkeep is gonna be your downfall. Getting married easy. Staying married hard. 12 rounds of professional boxing. Protect yourself at all times. Buying the Ferrari is easy. Buying the Lamborghini, the Porsche is easy. Anybody can put the down payment. I sell exotic cars. I got $200 million worth of cars right now for sale. Contact me. You miss a payment, guess who's coming for the car? I'm coming for the car. I don't care where you put it on earth. I'm coming for the car. What's the average down payment? You know what people ask me? I want to buy a Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini for you. What's the average down payment? When I tell you the average down payment, you're going to have a heart attack. So get ready. What is the average down payment on an exotic car? $15,000. It's not 100,000. It's not 50. It's not 75. It's not 30. 15,000. Anybody in America making $10 an hour, $400 a week, 4, 8, 16, 15,000, about 10 months, 40 weeks, walking, bicycle, bus, scooter, rental car, Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Lotus, Koenigsegg, Rimac, Pagani, Bugatti, and the list goes on and on and on. Real easy to get the car. Hard to keep the car. You miss one payment. I'm coming for the car. I was there with you, supported your dreams. I started you in a program car. You built your credit. I got you financing, not for 5 years, not for seven. I got you financing for 10 years. Put you into the car of your dreams. I was there with you the whole time. I believe in you. I went to the banks. I got you financed, got you bought, got you sold. Done. Low interest rate, everything that you wanted. As hard as I went to help you, to put you in a position of privilege and power, and you break the oath, you miss that payment, all those banks and financial institutions and the dealership, all those phone calls that I had to make, now I'm the one that has to receive that phone call. When the bank says, Do you have the keys and the title to the car? Yes, I do. Where's the car? The car's in storage because you missed that one payment. It's like having the most beautiful wife and you cheat on her, get caught. She's out of here, baby. There are no second chances. A woman of high value and high class is never gonna let you get on second base ever again in your life. Owning a business is not like opening a business and starting a business. Anybody can open a business, put it on Broadway, get the biggest furniture, the nicest, yeah, 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 yeah. Not anybody can make it to survive. The ingestation period, the moment where the business is proving itself. These are things you need to think about. And you have to be committed to be successful at whatever you're doing. That is the reality. People have a choice. Things are not structured. Somebody could work remotely with a computer. They could be in almost any field and be at home and still make a good living or even travel like I do and make an excellent living. There are variables, there are things you're going to have to compromise. But it doesn't mean that you can't work for a financial institution like an investment firm and you can advise private investors personally, not on a corporate level. That's like a gig economy. Why? Because you're closing this deal, you're making a smaller percentage, but it's okay because this is a small deal and you got 20 of them lined up. And when you add up those 20 deals, it's the size of a good deal, even though you have the corporate structure. Two keys to your success. Number one, since COVID 19, the time for a business to prove itself is no longer 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7 years now. So if it was 7.5 years, that would be a 50% increase. You want me to put it to you in Wall Street terms? It's not a 500% growth, it's a 5,000% effort to gain the same market cap. That's just it. You just barely got in there. This is not how it was before. You can't open a business and sign a 5 year lease anymore. The landlords, they want 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Some people can't commit to 25 months. Imagine 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. That's commitment. That is commitment. So the power has returned to the people. Some people feel like, you know what, I don't want to put my life at risk. I'm good with computers and stuff. I could do everything remotely. I don't want to be in an environment where I'm in a plant with 10, 15,000 people. The squeeze is not worth the lemon juice because what's the outcome? COVID 19 was a black swan movement. It changed everything. So you have to embrace the future. Business is exactly going to be like that in the future. This is the real key to success in today's world. You need a career, you need a trade, you need a full time job, you need a few part time jobs, you need investments, and you need a small business. And hopefully that leads to a big one. You need these things and probably these two to reach success. Before you needed one, maybe two. Three if you were bright. Times have changed. A career is not enough anymore. Full time job is not enough. You need the two part times. Being a master and an expert in one industry and field has nothing to do with being a master and an expert in a trade. So you're diversifying your time and your portfolio. If your career slows down, well, you have your investments. If that slows down, you have your small business. If that needs help, you got your full time job. And if those slow down, you got your multiple part time jobs. One of those geese is going to lay the golden egg. If I have a restaurant, is an internet cafe in the morning, restaurant in the afternoon, lounge in the evening, club at night. It's the same business, same brick and mortar location, same lease. Execution is different. If I own a car dealership, I can have my own dealers go to the auction and buy cars wholesale so I can get them at the lowest price, best quality, so I can get the highest profit. But I could also do the financing. Same business. I own a car dealership, but now I do the financing. Now I do the insurance. Now I praise the vehicles myself. I take the trade-ins in. I bring those cars to the auction. Where do you think I'm buying this inventory? From these insurance companies, financial companies that have to liquidate, that can't wait for a check to come from here, from there, from that. No, here I come. How much you want for that Ferrari? Oh, it's worth $500,000. Okay, but listen, the client only owed 300,000 on it. Oh, great. The market value is still 500,000. All right, I'll do you a favor. I'm gonna remove this headache for you. Car's worth half a mil. Client owed 380,000. So you're really in the hole for 120, but you took a down payment, but you got money on the interest. You got a kickback from the bank. I'm gonna write you a check right now today for 300 grand. Take it or leave it. Yes or yes. You have 2 minutes to make a decision. Now I have $80,000 to play with of the equity that's owned, so I can get the lease and the title to the car. From 380,000 to half a mil, I got 120 grand of a cushion. The car could go for 450. It could go for 420. Even if it goes for 400, I'm still making $20,000. That's enough to pay one or two professionals at my company. Now we can do that 12 times, and I don't even have to be there. Sometimes you have to go there. But what is it going to require for you to be able to make those deals? For example, when COVID-19 happened, you know how much real estate was going for pennies on the dollar? You know who really got rich? The rich and the wealthier got rich because they had the cash flow. They had the money to say that building is worth a million. Your client's in the hole for $250,000. I'll give you 300. People were liquidating those properties like that. So when the market jumps back up, it's not going to jump back up to a million, but it might jump back up to 700, 800,000. $300,000 investment. They just made half a mil. One deal. How many of those do you need? Cash is king in any business environment because now having the cash flow, not only are you opening lines of credit with financial institutions, which will help you expand and scale the business and maybe have more than one location. If anything happens within that location, you don't even have to touch those funds. You can use the cash flow and leverage that against the bank and borrow against that. Use other people's money to get rich. You hear people saying this all the time. They're playing the credit card game. Very dangerous game, but that's fine. Some people are good at it. They make millions of dollars doing it. I don't happen to be one of those investors. But you, as an entrepreneur, you have these choices to make. Do you want to be big as an entrepreneur, conventional? You want to do it through a structured system like a Fortune 500? Or do you want to hit a few home runs here and there? And maybe that's your comfort zone because maybe it gives you more time to do other things. I'd rather have the freedom to do as I please than be in a Fortune 500 corporate structure every single day in a cubicle. Not going to happen. I'm going to be surfing on the beach. I'm going to be driving the convertible to the beach. I'm going to listen to music as loud as I want, 24/7. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to go wherever I want. I'm going to bring everybody in my family that I can in the process. I'm a creative person. You cannot contain me in a box. I do not like to be still for too long. It's not worth it. I don't care if it's 100 billion gazillion dollars. There's no value for me at that point. Number 8, blockchain and business. Explain how blockchain technology is being used in business beyond cryptocurrencies. So I'll give you an example. I'm an artist, I do music. All my music is on the blockchain, they're all NFTs. My music lives between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why is that important? Because when you create an NFT, you have automatic proof of ownership. All these smart contracts allow the metadata to be encrypted when you create the NFT. Royalties, publishing, mechanical royalties, copyrights, all of these things are in the metadata of each one. Now you're protected. Not only are you direct to consumer, nobody else can enter that market and say, I, I'm a part of that or that belongs to me because on the blockchain there are no mistakes. Every time there's a transaction, you have a network of a collective of people that verify each transaction. So, how does it help? Well, it helped me beat every record label and every other kind of financial institution or firm. My music goes direct to my consumers. All the rights are contained within it. Everything is in the blockchain. No third party has access to it. Think about the applications for the medical field. All your medical records in an NFT or somehow on the blockchain. The applications go on and on. You're in the automotive industry. On that blockchain, boom, you pull it down from the from the actual system. You have all the manuals to all the Ferraris, all the Porsches, all the Lamborghinis, everything that you need. Think about how you can implement that into your business. In order to be successful, you either have to be first in the industry or you have to disrupt it. Obviously, the old way of doing business is behind this. Cryptocurrencies are not just about cryptocurrencies. There are very, very many different strategies that you can use. But the blockchain is also an equalizer, like the stock market crash was, all the depressions, COVID 19, just to name a few. So you have to understand, again, the direction that we're going in. Computers are getting more powerful, everything is getting faster. Look at what's going on with the economy and this, that, and the third, and wars over here, and this, that, and the third. The currencies are not stable. We don't have a market full of money. We have a market full of fiat currencies. Who do you trust? You can't trust anybody. Cryptocurrencies and the technology that came with it has opened the doors for so many things. And you could be part of that revolution. You need to think creatively. How can I implement this technology that shows proof of ownership, is direct to consumer, is peer to peer? There's a decentralized network that verifies every single transaction. There are no mistakes here. Everything is programmed from the very first concept, the very first inception, the very first one, so that you don't have any cancers developing as time grows. Now, let's play the devil's advocate. Understand that anytime you're creating something digital on the blockchain, you're going to have the same problem every other company has, and that's marketing and innovation. Even if I have the new George Foreman grill, the new Keurig, or the new whatever, because it's in the digital realm, I still have to be innovative and I have to market. And that costs money, especially in the digital realm where you're not seeing, oh, this aircraft dropped 100,000 flyers in front of the beach. No, you got to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to get that product all over the world. And your success is limited to how you can reach the masses, speaking this new language so that people can consume your brand, your product, your service. Number nine, leadership in the modern age. Discuss the qualities of effective leaders in today's fast paced business environment. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The power, when it comes to technology, it expands to the masses. Then a new technology comes and it's a small collective of group, early adapters, and then it goes back out to the world and it shrinks back again. The leaders of tomorrow are going to learn things from the Elon Musk and the Warren Buffetts and whatever, but the way they're going to implement it is going to be different because this new generation is more artistic. Um, they're more in tune with technology and they can pick up the pace quickly. If Twitter is not the thing and now it's threads, they're going over there. If Instagram was the thing and now it's TikTok, they're going over here. They're not going to let go of Instagram. Instagram would just be second best. And for the new consumers, it's about what's the next biggest, greatest, whatever. They're looking for the next home run. That has to be your mentality as an entrepreneur. Every single day, it's a mind game. How can I be Warren Buffett today? How can I beat Elon Musk? Oh, Elon Musk did this. How am I going to react? As an entrepreneur, you should be keeping up with the markets. You should be aware of everything that's going on in the world because at the forefront of business is the majority of small businesses. And most likely that's where you're going to find yourself for a period of time. So you need to get used to this community. You need to surround yourself with those type of peers. And every time there's a change, you need to be able to adapt. That's how you can calculate your profits and loss to the penny every single day. If the economy is going to be down today in the markets, these type of businesses are going to know first. If these businesses are busy, the economy is on fire. If these businesses are slow, forget about it. As big as Apple is, it's not the whole economy. No one company or one industry or trade is going to dominate everything. Not even technology could do that. But it's the collective knowledge of understanding. Oh man, the stock market's down. People are not feeling good. We need to increase customer service today. We need to increase the client experience that we're delivering. Why? Because look at the stock market. Look what's going on. Look what's really happening. Also, another tip and advice for entrepreneurs: listen only to the financial news. No more distractions. Turn notifications off. Don't feed into the yaya. Maintain yourself in this aura of positivity, a state of mind where you're just creative and you're flowing and you're thinking about ways to better yourself, your collective, your group, your team, because you need a team to succeed. How can you improve the business? How can you make it better for every client that walks through the door? How can we make sure that client tells 100 people and comes back? That is our challenge every day. So if Elon Musk says we're going to give away teddy bears, maybe you should start thinking to yourself, can we give away some gift cards? Can we give out some holiday greetings cards? Can we give away some stickers? Let's just do something nice for our clients. Doesn't mean that you're going to follow exactly what Elon Musk is doing, but it's an inclination for you to pivot. If you see that for whatever reason they're adding an extra layer of specialty to whatever they're doing, maybe that's a good sign for you as well. And compete with those people every day. It doesn't matter your business, industry, or trade. Figure out what the market is doing and emulate those people that you see are attaining the success you're looking for. Number 10, startup success stories, sharing inspiring stories of startups that have made it big and the lessons learned from their journeys. McDonald's to this day controls about 58% of the fast food industry in the world. As huge as this universe is, you need to travel planet Earth. For them to be over 51, 52%, you know that in a corporation, those are voting rights, that you're controlling the whole thing. Why can't you be the next Sam Walton? Why can't you be the next Steve Jobs? Why can't you be the next Warren Buffett? What is stopping you? Your journey, as hard as it is, or it's going to be, cannot be harder than their journey. Last I checked, they have the same 24 hours in a day, right? Two arms, two legs, right? Access to a library card just like you. There's no excuse. You try and you try and you try and you try again. With my music career, I speak to thousands of companies every year. I don't need to close all the deals. I don't need to do business with all of them. I just need a few good ones. Now I can pick and choose. I can target specifically. Oh, got concerts in Colombia, hitting up all the companies there. Concerts in Panama, hitting up all the companies there. For social media, let me tell you what I did yesterday. For the new podcast, Voltron R1, which you can find on Spotify, as well as the Venom R Motivation. I know I have a press run tour in the Dominican Republic. At first, my concept was let me reach out to all the small channels in the Dominican Republic. Guess what? I ran across all the podcasts in the Dominican Republic. You know what I have to do over the next 3 or 4 days? I have to build a bridge with every single one of them. And it's a numbers game. Out of every 100, I might get 10, 15, 20%. That's all I need. I need 1%. I get 30%, 25%, 20%, 15%. I'm already winning because it's just another avenue. Now I'm building a network, building relationship, establishing, friendships. Now I do the same with all of the YouTube channels in that market. Now there's product placement, there's sponsors, there's endorsements. I'm just an artist, but I have NFTs for sale, but I have merchandise, I have sneakers, I have businesses, I have this, I have that. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what geese is going to lay the golden egg. Society has to understand that I'm multifaceted. My business partners have to understand as much as I'm invested into this business, I got 1,000 other things on my mind. And I'm just as committed in those franchises as I am here. Value for value relationship. One day in our business partnership, you're going to grow to the point where you're going to want to do other things. And all I want to do is support you and support your creativity. Do what you do, be amazing. If I do that with all my business partners, they're going to do that with their business partners. And before you know it, we're all playing golf. Why? Because I used to have business partners that were very committed to our investments until one of us, myself, stepped away to another business. There was no support. More business partners came in, they became successful, they wanted to expand to other things. There was no support. So now I'm having to diffuse the bombs to keep everybody happy, and that's unfair for me to be the only brand ambassador when we all have skin in the game. Why am I doing 98% of the work? Those days are gone. I don't need to do business with people like that. Somebody that loves you wants the utmost best for you in every possible way and would never try to limit or contain you to a box. We only do real estate. We only do construction. We only do coffee. We only do burgers. No, I could walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time, right? I could own a Starbucks and a McDonald's and a car dealership and a movie company, a record label, and I can do this, and I can do that. If it's possible for somebody from a time frame of 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s to get to 80 years later and own over 52% of the market, there's already a blueprint. And as time has changed, now what took 80 years back then could probably be done in half the time now. If it happened for them, it could also happen for you. Moving on to the module. Let's see if we can get these in. Nah, it's not gonna be enough time. Hold on. Let me double check. Okay, that's fine. We'll catch the second one after that. So let's do these two modules and let's jet out of here because we have a flight to catch. 1 second. Discipline too. Much as I want coffee or tea, I cannot have it right now. So one, I acknowledge it. Can't have it. Too early in the morning. 1 second. Maybe later today. So now let's move on to today's modules. You guys ready? Going underground to get things done. Stealth innovation, written by the Mind Tools content team. Working undercover gives your idea time to develop. And check my visuals to make sure we're okay. All right. Have you ever presented a brilliant new idea to your boss, only to be told, nah, it'll never work, or sorry, too expensive. Sounds like a business partner I'm firing. You're disappointed, but not dissuaded. You're still convinced that your organization would benefit from your idea, and you're determined to prove it. This is where stealth innovation can be useful. It allows you to explore the feasibility of an idea before you float it to the people upstairs. But working on a project without the green light from your boss can have serious risks too. In this article, we'll explore how you can use stealth innovation responsibly and ethically. Also, we'll discuss what you can do if you believe that one of your team members is operating under the radar. What is stealth innovation? Stealth innovation is the practice of working on a project in secret before you reveal it to a wider audience. It is often used by tech startups who use it to protect their intellectual property and create a buzz around their products, a business strategy I'm going to steal. But stealth innovation can also occur within an organization. In these cases, staff work behind the scenes on internal projects, but without explicit permission. They assess the viability of an idea, develop and test prototypes, and identify supporters from across the business before officially putting the concept forward. Those are the people that I want to be around, and I just want to let them loose and be creative. Give me 1 second. Also, I would advise that team to prepare everything financials, all the data points, so that when they do present it, it's a sure win. That when they present it, it's ready for the market. 1 second. Warning: stealth innovation within an organization is controversial. Some consider it to be dishonest or potentially toxic, or feel that innovation is best tackled openly in a culture of collaboration. And at its most extreme, stealth innovation can be truly unethical. For example, siphoning resources from other departments or working for personal gain at the company's expense, something you should never do or allow anybody to do. Such activities may be perceived as a breach of trust and could result in disciplinary action or even dismissal. So it's crucial to be aware of the pitfalls and ideally to avoid working in this way wherever possible. Not my personal advice. Why use stealth innovation? Many organizations do empower their staff to innovate. Some actively encourage extracurricular projects. Google's 20% time is one famous example. But where new ideas aren't so readily accepted, stealth innovation can buy you time to research and develop your concept and to build a strong case for taking it forward. This can put you in a far better position when you present your idea, and it may enable you to overcome potential objections before they are raised. This is important because you may only get one chance to make your idea a reality. Once an idea is rejected, your chances of changing the decision makers' minds are diminished or even dismissed. They may tend to focus on evidence that supports their decision and to overlook the evidence against it. This is known as confirmation bias. Here's a tip: decision makers in your organizations may have irrefutable operational or strategic reasons for turning down your idea. If so, accept their decision, learn from their feedback, and go back to the drawing board. responsible stealth innovation. If you do embark on a stealth project, it's vital to act in a responsible and ethical way. This will mitigate the risk and maximize your chances of success. So be sure to number one, focus on your organization's strategic goals. Think about how your idea aligns with your company's existing projects and activities. An idea that only furthers your own interests or those of your team will likely lack credibility. Number two, canvas opinion. You may not want to seek buy in from decision makers straight away, but you can ask people in your network, managers from different departments, for example, for advice and insight before you commit yourself. You may even gain tacit approval for your idea, but make sure that you are upfront about your intentions and that your contacts know exactly what they're signing up to. Number three, plan ahead. Consider how you will find the time and funds you need for your project. Unauthorized use of company resources is unethical and potentially illegal, and it will reflect badly on you and your idea. You may need to work on your project in your own time so that you don't fall behind with your day to day responsibilities. Our article, Managing Conflicting Priorities, offers tips and strategies on how to handle competing demands effectively. Assess and demonstrate the value of your idea. This may involve running tests and surveys, gathering evidence, or developing a prototype. Tools like design thinking and the build, measure, learn feedback loop can be useful there. Develop your number four. Develop your communication skills. Let me see if I'm wrong. One, two, three. Yeah, number four. Okay. Develop your communication, stakeholder management, and negotiation skills. People will more likely support your idea if you can demonstrate that you fully understand its implications for your organization and how it will work in practice. You may also be asked to justify your stealthy approach, and you'll need to be diplomatic and persuasive to do so. Number five, present your idea as soon as possible. Your idea needs strong evidence to support it, but decision makers may feel that they've been hoodwinked if you've taken too long to come forward. Managing stealth innovation in your team. As a manager, suspecting that one of your team is working on a secret project can be jarring. It may feel like a betrayal, especially if you encourage an open, honest, and collaborative working environment. The first step towards dealing with it is to ask simple, direct questions such as, what are you working on at the moment? Or, I've noticed that you've been working late a lot recently. Can I ask why? If your suspicions are confirmed, your first instinct may be to immediately shut down the project. And if the behavior is reckless or risky, you may consider disciplinary action. Reactions like these are understandable and may well be justified. But ask yourself why he or she feels the need to work in this way. His reasons might be legitimate. For example, if senior decision makers are known to dismiss ideas that are presented without supporting evidence, or if you yourself are unwilling to accept ideas from your team members. If his reasons are sound and you're satisfied with that, the project, I'm sorry, if his reasons are sound and you're satisfied that the project has promise, offer support and encouragement. Provide resources, advice, and time to enable him or her to work on the project. But ask for regular updates on progress reports. Use your judgment about whether to make senior managers aware of the situation. You might discover discover that your colleague is working undercover for personal reasons. For example, he or she may fear looking foolish if the idea is rejected or criticized, or it may simply be a dislike of attention and recognition. If the problem is a lack of confidence, help him or her to address it, perhaps with coaching or mentoring. Finally, consider whether or not your organization encourages innovation at this level. It may be beyond your remit to instigate a company wide culture change, but you can aim to build a more supportive environment for your team to encourage innovation. Our article, Practical Innovation, has strategies for doing this. Tip: if your team members are reluctant to offer ideas, an anonymous ideas jar can generate good results. Crawford's slip writing method can also encourage greater participation in brainstorming sessions. Key points: self innovation is the practice of developing a project or idea in secret. This can enable you to gather support to test the idea or to prove a business case, which may increase the chances of an idea being accepted. However, some organizations may frown upon this approach, and your boss may even consider it to be unethical or underhand, and this can damage your career prospects. If you do decide to work in secret, be clear why you're doing so and be prepared to justify your actions. Developing your communication, stakeholder management, and negotiation skills will help you to get your ideas heard, whether or not you choose stealth mode. As a manager, if you believe that someone is working under the radar, don't rush to judgment. Instead, find out why and work towards creating a supportive and inclusive environment where innovative and potentially beneficial ideas are discussed openly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time that we have for right now. We are going to jet out of here because we're time travelers. And time is Saturday, man. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one, and we're going to pick up with what is stage gate innovation. All right. Thank you guys so much. We got it in, baby. We're going to do the news later. We'll do you extra credit, and this will be on the final, but it will not be this week. I'm going to give you guys 2 weeks to prep. I'll let your boy, best teacher in the world, baby. It's me. Yo, it's me. I can't do it without you. Please like, subscribe, share, tell everybody, and name Hava to come over here and learn some cool stuff. Love you guys. Jala bye.